Hey everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day so far and thanks for tuning in into this video. In this training video, we're going to be covering the reports module. The reports module is a tool designed to help you give insights into pretty much all the aspects of your projects, your financials, and your employees based on the information that you've been inputting into Contractor Foreman. It gives you a flexible and comprehensive view of your business operations and gives you the data you need to run your business. So let's get started. Let's head over to the menu at the very top and then go to Reports under Documents. Once here, you'll see that you have a list of all the different reports that you can create in addition to save custom reports, and we'll get into that in a second. In addition to that, at the very top right hand corner, we also have a Watch a How-To video button. And this is likely how you got to this video in the first place. But here you can watch the video for the reports module as well as read all the different articles we have on the reports module from our knowledge base. The articles cover answers to frequently asked questions that we get, as well as some best tips and practices on how to best effectively use this module. In addition, we also have a Suggest a New Feature button. If you have improvements or would like to see a custom report added into Contractor Foreman, an idea on how to improve this module, feel free to drop us a note. We're always monitoring this inbox and we're always launching updates based on the feedback that we get from our customers. Now looking at the main dashboard, you'll see that all the reports in Contractor Foreman are accessible here. From here, you can select pre-built reports or generate custom reports tailored to your unique needs. This system allows you to preview data, apply filters, and select data ranges, employees, projects, or whatever the parameters to help you focus on the information that matters most to you. The export options typically include Excel or CSV, but sometimes can be PDF as well, making it easy for you to share insights internally or externally if needed. So for example, let's say we want to make a report to view all of the expenses one of our employees made for the projects he's working on over the last 2 months. In order to do that, let's head over to Finances Report and take a look at expenses and then go to View. We want to take a look at all of the expenses a certain employee made over the next 2 months to understand what he was charging for and what credit card he used. So we can go ahead and select date range, and let's say we want to take a look at everything from September 1st up until end of last week. And for the employee, I'll give it to myself. I'll hit save. Created by is myself again that I want to keep. For the projects, I can choose which projects I'm working on, and I'll choose maybe these ones over here. These are the ones that I'm interested in. Cost codes, I'm not going to select, although I can filter by the different cost codes which are available, but right now I just want to see all the expenses and not limit it to cost code. For the status, I'll choose all because I want to see everything that was done. And what I'd like to group by, whether it's by project, by the customer, by the vendor, etc. And I'll go ahead with project, and for the report format, I want it in Excel file and not a PDF. So I'll hit generate a report, and I now have an Excel file, an Excel report showing me all the expenses, all the purchases I made, or all the expenses I created, and some of the information about them. So for example, for the Glenridge home renovation, I made 2 expenses for these vendors for a total of $669.79, and I can find more information about the expense name, the expense reason, and the bank or credit card as well for all 3 different projects, and the report total of $969.39. The reports within Contractor Foreman cover a lot of different modules, including bills, change orders, contractors, customers, employees, time cards, projects, purchase orders, and more. And it's not only for financial tracking and for tracking invoicing, payments, or job costs, but can also be used for operational reasons, such as tracking the different submittals on a project. In order to do that, for example, I'll go ahead and go to Punch List and Submittal, and beside submittals, I'll click on View. Let's say I want to review all the submittals which were responded to for a specific project, so I know what all the responses were from the customer or the consultant. So for example, I'll go to submittal status and click on submitted, response received, approved, and rejected. These are the statuses I want to follow up on, and the project that I'm looking for is the Croton Avenue water main replacement project. I'm not going to filter by date range or the completion date range because I just want to see all the responses we've received so far. So I'll click Generate Report, and I now have an Excel file which shows me all 3 different submittals that I submitted for this project, what the title were, what the item names were inside, what the status was, approved, submitted, and approved, and how many days late they were based off the due date that I set and the date actually sent back as well. Another example is, let's say I want to review all the outstanding invoices that were submitted and have not been paid for all of my projects. In order to do that, we'll head over to Finances, and beside Invoices, we'll click on View, and I want to review all the invoices that were submitted and are also due and past due. For the date range, I don't really care. I want to review everything, not within a certain date range. For the customers, I'm going to leave it blank because I want to review everything, not just select customers, and that goes along with projects. For status, I'll put all. For optional columns, I don't really need any of these, and I want to group it by project. So I'll go ahead and click on Generate Report, look at my invoice report, and I now have an invoice report showing me, wow, I have quite a few outstanding invoices. 2 of them for the Dew Drive home renovation project, 1 of them for the Croton water main replacement, and several for unassigned ones. And in total, I have about $70,829 outstanding. And I was able to quickly figure this out via the Reports module. Now let's say that in order to, and this is not the information what I want. What I actually want to review for the invoices is find out who the project manager is for these invoices, so I can find out who I need to follow up with internally so they can follow up with these customers about payment. I also want to figure out what the retainage percentage is also on these invoices, and that information is not displayed here in this custom report or in this pre-built report. What I do need to build is a custom report now. In order to do that, we'll go back to Contractor Foreman, and on the top right hand corner where it says Create a New Custom Report, we'll go down and click on Invoices Report. From here, we have a pre-built invoice report that we can play around with and add in if needed. This is already predefined and added in, and we can choose what we want. So going down the list, I don't need my estimator, I don't need my safety contact or my sales rep or my site manager, but what I do need, and it's actually already been selected, is my project manager and my retainage percentage. And I can drag and drop and add what I'd like into this invoice to serve my purposes. For example, let's say I also want to include record status, whether it's active or archived, and the tax that was applied, the tax amount, and the term as well. And I can play around with these fields and add it as needed for my invoices as well. And once this report is ready to go, I can simply go ahead and click on an Excel download or a PDF download as well to take a look and generate the PDF, and I now have a custom report that I've built out as well with the parameters that I assigned. If you're happy with this custom report and this is something that you'd like to come back to, you can actually go ahead and click on Save and save this custom report. Moving forward, under Saved Custom Reports at the very top, you can now find your Custom Invoices report over here and edit, delete, or copy it as needed. So that's pretty much it for the Reports module. I hope you learned a lot, and this is a very powerful module to help you interact and pull all the information from the other modules within Contractor Foreman, such as invoices, bills, expenses, time cards, daily logs, etc., and can help you amalgamate that information and help you give a better understanding of how your business is operating. If you need help or have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us by the live chat or send us an email at support@contractorforeman.com. And if you'd like to have any more in-depth training, make sure to book a session on our training page. Thanks for watching and see you in another video.